Alright, let's go ahead and work on doing this little area here with these little holes. So basically it's an area that kind of sticks out in the back right there. So I'm going to select this object and I'm going to take this polygon here and I'm going to use the knife tool a few times. I'm going to make a knife cut up here, and I'm also going to make a knife cut over here on the side. Let me select this polygon here, and I'm going to make a knife cut maybe about right there, I guess. Let me move that over actually. If you left click and drag that green line, you can actually adjust the location of the cut. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to go something like that. Looks pretty good to me. Okay. So what I'm going to do next is, let me come in here in my camera view. I'm going to select this polygon here. I'm going to hit Control D to extrude it, and I'm going to pull it out a bit because this part sticks out just a bit, something like that maybe. And at this point I'm going to get rid of some edges that I don't need. So I'm going to take this edge, this edge, this edge, this edge, and the one up here. Hit the delete to get rid of those because we don't need those edges. Let's just have a clean piece of geometry right there. Okay. Let me look at this from the back view over here, see if there's anything else that I need to do. And it looks pretty good. What I'm probably going to do next is start to make the cuts that I'm going to need here. But before I do that, I'm going to select the polygon and I'm going to inset it. And I'm going to inset this to about maybe, I guess maybe this much will work out pretty good. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this polygon here, and with the knife tool in my back view, I'm going to make a knife cut about here, and then I'm going to make a knife cut about maybe right there. Okay. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this edge up here and this edge down here. So if you look at my camera view, you can see the edges I have selected. I'm going to split those evenly down the middle. Then I'm going to take that new edge that I just split and I'm going to bevel it just a little bit. Give it a small amount. Pretty small amount of distance. Something like this looks pretty good. Okay, now let's count the holes. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 holes over here. So I'm going to select those two edges there. I'm going to go to Subdivide Edges Evenly. I'm going to make 9 subdivisions because we need 9 holes. Okay. On the other side, though, it looks like we have only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 holes. So we have to do a little bit less. But because these are kind of offset from the other ones, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select these two edges here. I'm going to subdivide evenly. Give this 3 subdivisions. That'll give me this new polygon here in the middle. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and scale this up with Global and COG turned on. Basically until these edges look like they get to the top and bottom of the holes right there. Just look at what I'm doing here in the video and just try to mimic that. I'm going to take these two edges here and I'm going to subdivide these evenly. And I know that there's 8 holes right there, so I need to make about 8 subdivisions. Will look pretty good. Now all I need to do is take all of these polygons and all of these polygons, and I'm going to inset these. Take the merge option off. Control the inset amount so it's not too much. Something like this looks pretty good. And at this point, I think I'm just going to come over here to my camera view. I'm going to hit Control D to extrude. Push them in a little bit like so. Something like that looks pretty good. I'm going to come over here to my camera options and switch to a top view and hit F on the keyboard to frame in on this. I'm going to hit delete to get rid of those polygons and basically punch a hole through them. I'm going to hit E on the keyboard for edges, and I'm going to select these edges here on my screen. Then I'm going to go back to my camera view. I'm going to take those edges and I'm going to go ahead and bevel them to make them look nice and round like the image. So I'm going to go something like this, which looks pretty good. I like that. So to finish this off, I'm going to take, say, these edges, basically all of these edges that go here, and I'm going to bevel these to make them look nice and round. I'm going to give them some subdivisions here, maybe 4 or 5 or even 6 if you want to. That looks pretty good. Then I'm going to take this edge, Alt middle mouse button, click that edge to select basically this whole loop of edges that goes right there along the edge of this thing. And I'm going to bevel those as well to make this look even nicer. So I'm going to give this a good amount of rounding, maybe 4 or 5 subdivisions. You can play with the distance parameter a little bit. but I'm going to go ahead and leave it at something like this, or even the default. I'm going to leave it at the default. Looks pretty good. And there we go. That's pretty much done. Okay, so we're pretty much finished doing that part. Just going to freeze modeling on that. I'm going to end this video here, and in the next one we'll start to work on more details. We'll probably work down in this lower area. We have a lot of details to work out right there.